friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as you guys know, I love to speculate about what's coming. I love to look at kits, look at characters, and look at the greater Star Wars universe and say, this would be really cool if. Now, tonight, I was actually going through, and when I saw this was like 3 hours ago, and I was just reading, for the last hour and a half, I've just been reading through this person's kit list. There is a link, and I'll leave the link in the section below. This person has gone through and come up with a series of characters that they believe should be added to the game. Now, what's awesome about this is some of these are obviously like awesome characters that are fan favorite, that a lot of us are like, yeah, we need these added to the game. These are amazing characters. These are characters that we've all wanted. These are characters or reworks for characters that we all believe are needed, definitely, and we think that they should be added. But as I'm looking through this, what's been absolutely fascinating about the way that this person put these kits together or these reworks together is they did it in such a way that I feel like is very much in keeping with canon, which I think is absolutely fascinating because it's difficult to do that with so many different characters, with so many different concepts, to say, oh, well, yeah, that would fit this or this would fit that. Now, I do think there's a few that might be a little over the top, or I think that are a few that would need additional help, right? But I gotta say, hands down, right off the bat, the artwork for this, just phenomenal. The time and the effort that this person put in, I think, needs to be appreciated. Just absolutely does. But I want to show you a couple of my favorite kits and why I think they're so good and why I think they're so connected to the universe, to this. And we're going to start off with the very first one, and that is Cal Kestis. Now, if you don't know Cal Kestis from the game Jedi Fallen Order, you need to play it, guys. This is an amazing game. It's a fun game. I absolutely loved it. I am looking forward to the fact that this is not just a new game, but a new franchise that EA and the developers there are working on. There are going to be more, and definitely a sequel, possibly more than one sequel. So we'll see, but I'm really excited about that. But what's interesting is he sticks pretty close to what we see in the game. Now, Cal, as a player, you had the opportunity to play as a single-bladed person or a double-bladed person, right? You could change between one or the other, and it's really cool. Now, just like the Ki-Adi-Mundi character, you can change the lightsaber stance to a single or double-bladed. A single-bladed lightsaber for this kit is very defensive. Double-bladed is very offensive, as you can see. His cooldown, which I think is cool, psychometry, his unique ability, right? It's different for single-bladed or double-bladed. What it says when Cal is attacked by an enemy, if he's a single-bladed, he receives all positive status effects of the attacker for 2 turns. If he's attacked with a double-bladed, if he's attacked while using the double-bladed, it's all negative status effects from the enemy for 2 turns, if any. Now, the cool thing about this is the concept of psychometry, right? It's the ability to take an object and see into its past. Cal has it. It's a really cool concept, and it stays this stays really close to his kit. Now, if you jump down to Hondo Ohnaka, I love Hondo, you guys know that. I'm a huge Hondo fanboy. The cool thing about this is he's worked his kit to where he works well with Cad Bane, IG-88, and Aura Singh. The only thing that I would change about this is I want my Hondo, if and when he comes to this game, to be a neutral character. That's a video for another time, but he has him as a support, scoundrel, smuggler, and leader. But looking at his kit, it's pretty freaking awesome, right? So his basic ability, deal physical damage to target enemy, but then you send the monkey lizard to go inflict offense down and critical damage down. I mean, that's just awesome. You have a ransom, which is the extortion function. You get the extortion here. The ability that I love with Hondo that he's created is double cross. It's a special for each positive status effect an enemy has. Hondo gains that effect for 3 turns. Then the target enemy's positive status effects are removed and they gain tenacity down and speed down. I freaking love that, right? Double cross. Good business, which is something that Hondo always says. And then you've got the pirate leader. Scoundrel allies have 50% speed and potency for each enemy with extortion, right? And it goes on. I do like the concept that it is a pirate leader and it's focused on scoundrels. I still am a little hesitant. I want them to introduce pirates as a faction, but as it is, I think focusing with just scoundrels, it makes more sense, and I think it's cool. Doing it this way, I think, would be very beneficial and fun. Now, next, I want to just go over this. You've got Wolf, Gregor, and Heavy. Wolf, you have an ability that allows Plo Koon, that connects freaking Plo Koon. His unique whenever Plo Koon, Wolf, or another clone trooper takes damage from an attack, they gain critical chance and critical damage up for 2 turns. Wolf has a 100% counter chance and 25% tenacity. I think that's awesome. And then he gains 5% health and 5% protection each time he lands a critical hit. That's a ton, especially with the clones. Thinking of how often they hit, how often they re-hit. It's a lot. I think that might be a little bit overkill. Jumping over to Gregor. Born for this, damaged enemy, stun, and inflicts stun and healing immunity for 2 turns. Double damages to droids, and the attack can't be evaded. Each time an ally is defeated, Gregor gains 50% turn meter. Gregor gains 25% tenacity, 25% defense, 25% offense for each defeated ally, so he could be very powerful. And then Heavy. Heavy's a kit that I was like, this is awesome. Okay, basic attack, deal physical damage to target enemy, and if the enemy was critically hit, attack again. Do special damage to all enemies, inflict daze for 2 turns. Droids gain 3 damage over time for effects. 1-man army, Heavy gains 15% turn meter anytime he crits an enemy. So anytime he just does it. So within the basic attack, he could crit twice, go up 30%. He gains a bonus turn anytime an enemy is defeated. Now, what's interesting here is bravery and sacrifice. Now, it says the first time Heavy is defeated or reaches 1%, it takes a bonus turn and then is defeated. During this bonus turn, Heavy may only use manual detonation, right? So, like, if he immediately grants his turn, he can't be revived. It says it deals massive damage to a target enemy. I think that's kind of cool, especially if you consider what we see from the clones. I think that's really, really awesome. This Darth Maul rework is pretty awesome. Now, I want to point out that he's left him as dark side, clearly attacker, clearly Sith, clearly, and separatist. Now, I'm not entirely sure I agree with that, but he did work with his master, helping to build the separatists. So, I mean, he wasn't a separatist, but he worked with him so I could see the tag being added. In waiting. Now, this is the cool thing. I love this. Darth Maul gains stealth for 2 turns and 25% bonus turn meter. Darth Maul was definitely someone who stayed in the shadows for a very long time. And when he was in the shadows, when he came out of the shadows, he was a beast. But he learned to use the darkness to kind of like manipulate behind the scenes. It was really impressive, especially looking at his storyline. It's just super impressive. Phantom, a unique ability. Anytime Maul is critically hit, gains stealth for 2 turns, which every time Maul got hurt, he disappeared for a time. While in stealth, Darth Maul has a 100% offense and inflicts fear on target enemy. A lot of people were afraid of Darth Maul. And so, like, I like this, right? And so, like, every time he attacks out of stealth, super powerful hit, and potential to inflict fear. When Darth Maul is defeated, when he defeats an enemy, he gains a bonus turn. Each time Maul uses an ability, he gains 5% turn meter for each Jedi enemy on a team. I love that. I think that is awesome. Darth Maul was notoriously murderous to Jedi. I mean, notoriously. But before I continue, I will say that the way that this kit is set up, while it is similar to our current Darth Maul, I think it's different enough that it actually should be a separate character. Instead of just a rework, give us this Darth Maul. I like it. Then you jump over to this new Sidious. This new Sidious, like Maul, is Sith and Separatist. Obviously attacker, obviously dark side. Do it! Is an ability to inflict healing immunity and buff immunity on target enemy. Then call a target ally to assist. That's something that I think is really kind of neat, because you have all of these Darth side apprentices that Sidious had, and it would be cool to see them working in tandem, them working in unison. I think it would be great. Sadistic Assault, great name. Deal physical damage to all enemies and expose them for 2 turns. So in my mind, this is like the whirlwind ability, the all attack ability. Unlimited power. His unique Darth Sidious attack ignores protection. Darth Sidious receives no extra damage from courage. So that is an interesting ability, right? That courage, the factor that we have with Amidala. But I am the Senate. Cool freaking ability. If all allies are Sith, they gain plus 30 speed, plus 30% max health. If all are Separatists, they gain 30 speed and 20% offense. Now, because this guy's put them as Sidious and Maul as Separatist and Sith, and then you throw in Dooku there, plus 30 speed, plus 30% max health, and then an additional 30% speed. That's 60% speed. That's plus 60 speed. That's a lot of speed. That's like a lot of speed. That's like giving a spastic like a handful of Adderall and being like, go drink some rock stars and run in circles. That is like crazy speed. I feel like it might be a little too much. But here, and I'd love to go into this, but Iden Versio, Mud Trooper, Stormtrooper Officer, Scout Trooper. I love the idea of giving more unique troopers and then giving them the Imperial Trooper tag. Now, one of the things that I love about Iden Versio here is, if you'll notice, not only is she an attacker, she's neutral. She is an attacker, she's a rebel, she is an Imperial Trooper. That is a really cool function, because just like many people in the Star Wars universe, they started in one and switched to the other. Most people start Imperial or Empire and then switch to the Rebellion. Not many go the other way around, right? You do have a few. I do love the idea that he's added an Inquisitorious group. So you have Attacker, Empire, Sith, Inquisitorious. Now, in my mind here, for any Inquisitor, I'd take Sith completely off. I don't think they were Sith, and I don't think they were specifically Sith. I think they were acolytes, which to me, it might be a really small difference, but it makes a big enough difference that I think acolyte makes sense, right? And I love the Purge Stormtrooper Electro Staff. I love Purge Trooper Commander. I think these are really cool. Pilot Luke. If this was a character being added as a marquee event, I think this is a really cool kit. Death Star Destroyer. It's a unique. Each time Luke uses an ability, he has a 50% chance to assist himself. He gives himself a hand. I think that's a pun. If it is, good job. If it's not, it's still really well done. I really think that this is a cool kit. I don't think it's legendary worthy. I think this is marquee worthy. And if this is the Red 5 that Pilot Luke, I think it's awesome. I think it's really well done. I think it's balanced enough. But it's great. Now you've got Luke's Red 5 X-Wing. You've got a Resistance Bomber, a Rose Tico rework. Now, this person must love Rose Tico, because he gave this girl just an awesome kit. Now, but one of the coolest characters in all of Star Wars, is Saw Gerrera. I love Saw Gerrera. If anything has come out of the Disney adjustment or purchase of canon, Saw Gerrera is an awesome character. What they've done with him, is awesome. I mean, obviously Saw was created before the purchase, but his basic attack is physical damage. If the target is a Separatist or Empire, you expose him for 2 turns, which there's a lot of them out there. And the fact that Saw's a rebel, it makes a lot of sense. Special ability, call all rebel allies to attack and apply thermal detonators. 1 thermal detonator to a random enemy target for each rebel ally. I'd like to see that for each rebel ally attacking, because then you've got a couple of them that attack continually, and you could really stack some thermal detonators. Dreamers, unique Saw, when Saw is defeated, because we know Saw died, apply 1 thermal detonator to all enemies. It is irresistible. It's irresistible. Actually, he says unresistible, but it's the same thing. All rebel allies gain 50% turn meter and recover 25% health and protection. That's a really cool ability, right? And especially in keeping with what we saw in Rogue One, when Saw decides not to leave, everyone gets out pretty quick, and they take their time to recover a bit, and so it makes sense that they'd receive health and protection. I don't know, it just makes sense. Resistance fighter, Saw gains 10% turn meter for each time a rebel ally is damaged, and recovers 5% health and protection, which is really freaking cool, which really keeps Saw as this very quickly going character, and someone who's going to be hard to defeat. Mentor, if Jyn Erso is present, she begins the battle with stealth and critical chance up for 2 turns. Pretty cool, right? But this last little bit, partisans. Whenever a rebel goes below 75%, they gain stealth and counterattack for 2 turns. When they lose stealth, they gain 25% health and protection. When a rebel ally hits an enemy critically, while under stealth, they also apply 1 thermal detonator. Like, if you know Saw's story, right, he is like sprinkled throughout the rebellion, right? And a lot of these side books and a lot of these comics and even in Jedi Fallen Order, you have Saw Gerrera as this guy who blows stuff up. Like, everything is blown up all the time. He uses thermal detonators like, I don't know, like a fat kid eats candy. Like I eat candy. He uses them a lot. And it's crazy. And what I loved about all of these is just how in keeping with their canonical story counterparts that this person did, right? It's so unique and so connected. And I freaking love it. I don't think there's a snowball chance in Mustafar that CG's looking at this like, oh, I like that. We're going to bring it on. We're gonna make these changes. Thanks, random online YouTube or stranger. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it's cool to speculate. It's cool to see what other people think, and the person that put all of this work and effort into these characters, I just love and admire that. I think that's so cool. But what do you guys think? If you are interested, as always, in the section below, there is a link to an Audible subscription. You can sign up. You get 1 free book. If you sign up or gift in the section below, every time you do gift an Audible subscription, you do help out the channel. Every time you sign up for free, you do help out the channel. So in the links, please check those out. If you love the Star Wars universe and you want to learn more about the books, about the extended canon, there are some awesome books out there, and check it out. A free book is totally worth it. And then even gifting this to yourself or gifting this to a loved one, it's an amazing gift, right? And every time you do that, you help the channel. Now, additionally, in the section below, you will see a link to the SWGOH Going Nerdy swag store, and every time you buy yourself a t-shirt, I try to keep the prices low, simply, and I'm making t-shirts that I want to wear. I've got my one, the What Would Hondo Do, and I've got a second one on its way, and a third one is going to be placed in the coming days. Now, very excited about this, but if you want to help the channel and get yourself a t-shirt, an awesome shirt, check out the link below and order today. Right? If you have an idea for a shirt that's not there that you would like to see, Send me a comment on my Discord. Links are in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about this kit, these kits. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. And as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.